Hi folks, it's 3:15, late in the afternoon. Welcome for my talk, Migration of ein Eclipse RCP from an older version. So what I would like to show you today is how to upgrade your application from Java 8 to Java 17 and how to upgrade your application from an older RCP application to a new one. So the latest one we have at the moment is 2022-09, the recent one. But the first question of all would be very interesting for me to see who of you is using an RCP application. Good, that's why you're here. Perfect. A lot of hands are raising. On which version do you stay? Is it also Photon? Hands up, who is on Photon? No one, good. Then you can leave the talk, you're done, thanks. No, that's not, because I want to show you how to do this. Who is before Photon? There is one, yeah. Oh God, I'm sorry for you. The other ones are all on the latest Eclipse and an intermediate version? Okay, I see a lot of hands, good. What I want to show you today is that with Java 8, we can't simply go to Amazon and buy Java after 8. It's not possible. So I thought it is, and it was my big wish. But as you see, there's no Java after 8. You have to do it on your own. And that's also sometimes when you explain things to customers or to others or to supervisors, yeah, just go there, do it. So it can't be that complex. It is. It is, because it's not a commodity product you can simply buy. And that is something which reminds me in my history due to this packaging material is also, now we're off of it, is something which deeply reminds me to a former thing I did in my career. It was, I stayed a long time on Eclipse 3. And then I thought, okay, yeah, people talked about, yes, Eclipse 4, and it's just a big framework, and it's new, and it's much better than the other ones before, and so on. And yeah, really bad feelings awake there. That's me. At the Eclipse 4 migration, it was in 2016 at an Eclipse conference, I had a talk. I really suffered. And after this point, whatever has the word migration in it, created a kind of fear in me. And I said, oh no, shit, I want to wait. So I don't want to get that experience again. So hopefully not. And there was another problem at the time. So I waited and I waited and waited. My team said, come on, Phil, we have to migrate. But I said, no, let's wait. So and they, no, come, let's do. And said, no, let's wait. But eventually, in March 22, Java 8 was out of date. So that was the latest point, or we have to take action now, I would say. So Java 8 outdated. Another thing, I was on an old Ubuntu version, still using GTK 2. In Eclipse, when you start up, you can say GTK 3 equals 0, then you swap back to GTK 2, but GTK 2 is also outdated. I want to migrate to a new Ubuntu version and Log4j. You know the story. Funny thing, also a customer of mine, I do not tell who of which was a customer, but funny story, they called me, your application is not working any longer. I asked them why. Yeah, we deleted some files. And I asked them, why did you delete some files? Yeah, our IT department detected Log4j in it. And I said, let me explain. My colleague said, there's no way to explain, we have to find another solution. So migration is a really, really, really important topic for you. And when we have a look, that's the latest Ubuntu 22.04. So when I often scroll through these websites and I say, oh yeah, I want to have the latest Ubuntu. Cool, but I can't because I stay on an old Eclipse version. Oh, damn. Then I have a look at the OpenJDK and say, wow, Adoptium. That what I long deserved in the Eclipse universe. And open source JDK compilation and all the stuff. It's there, but I can't use it. It's Java 17 or Java 11, so I stay on Java 8. There's not. I think there's also an Adoptium Java 8 thing was there, but it's not there because it's outdated. Anyways, you have to take action now. That's the point. And when we have look further, oh yeah, the latest Eclipse IDE. I want to use it. I can't because I stay on the old Ubuntu version, and then it crashes. So you have to take action now. Very important. How to start. So move on. I take a bite. And we say, yeah, now it's the time to do the migration. Come on, let's go. It started, and we said, which problems occurred? Is there any one of you using Java FX? Are you happy? Don't give me an answer. Don't give me an answer. The problem was, yeah, cool, let's migrate to, so we started with Adoptium with Java 11 and then took over Java 17, but the problems began. So have a look at the JDK, but where is Java FX? It's not part of the JDK. So, bad luck. From my personal perspective, I'm quite happy that we got rid of Java FX, but that was the first critical part in our migration. And what did we do? I'm the founder of OpenChrom. We migrated a lot of source code from our company to Eclipse under the name ChemClipse. We are also the maintainers of SWTChart. So charting, image display, display of data is a very important thing for us. And over the time, when you have your company over several years, sometimes you have components in there which you would like to replace. And such a component is a PCA plot, 3D PCA plot. Maybe some of you or all of you are familiar with mathematics, with PCA, statistics, and so on. That's highly valuable, and it looked good in Java FX, but now causes a problem. So we have to find a solution for that. This solution is, from our perspective, we searched a lot. What we can do is Plotly. There's one drawback, so we have not put Plotly into ChemClipse, because I think due to license issues we would have done some license checks and talk with the foundation, but to have a running example, we just sozusagen took the 3D part out, and now using Plotly for 3D view, and I'll show you how it looks like. It looks like this. Fully interoperable, you can rotate the complete thing, and it's really cool because with a combination of Eclipse RCP and Plotly, we can do the same what we did with Java FX. So simply you use the SWT browser widget and pump the data with Plotly into your browser, and it works. So fine, I'm happy. I didn't thought that it works, but it works. Problems come later. Then the next thing to address was, and we have a huge code base, so it's nothing you can do within 1 or 2 days. The next thing was third-party libraries. And we already had a talk yesterday about third-party libraries. It was always a pain for us to integrate and include all these dependencies, all these jars, which are non-OCI jars, into our applications. I'm started in 2004 with Visual Basic 6 at that time. Maybe a few of you know this Visual Basic toolkit from Microsoft was good at that time, and started with Eclipse in 2006, 2007. In the beginning, I put everything into a separate third-party bundle where the jar resides. Was good over years, but we had a session yesterday that was a Road to Maven session, and which I showed really cool. We have the technology, or they incorporated into the M2E technology in Eclipse, a possibility to reference Maven dependencies in your product definition. And that's really, really cool. That's really cool. It saved us a lot of time for all the dependencies. And it also integrates with Tycho. There's one minor issue with Tycho, so we migrated with the complete stuff also Tycho. There's sometimes now there are breaks in there. So we had an old Tycho version 2.71, then updated to 2.76 or something. Your complete projects have to rely on the same Tycho version. Then it works. Otherwise, you're running into some errors. But it's just a side note. Take care of it. But all at all, it's really good. We have product files, Maven dependencies. We have it in Tycho. We have a complete product built with Tycho. It takes half an hour, more than half an hour to build our complete product, and it works. So I'm super happy with it. Then the next one, that's a slide which showing the target editor from Eclipse, where you see you have your download page or your repositories with the downloads, with the main version, with Nebula, and you have your Maven dependencies. So it's quite comprehensible. 2 problems addressed, and I thought, yeah, cool. We are on a good way, so I was a bit released to say, okay, this time the migration will not make that many problems, definitely. I think you know what now comes. We have a look at Java XML, and I thought maybe, we saw there are some issues there, but that it's so complicated, I have not anticipated. The biggest problem was for us the migration from Java 8 to Java 11 with Java XML. Who of you did this migration already? Or hands are raising. You know the pain? Okay. You know the pain. So Java XML, I also have some links at the bottom of the slides. Java XML was replaced. And also with Java XML JAX-B, and we use a lot of JAX-B functionality. And this caused a lot of problems for us. I have a blog post also here that was in 2021 from Dirk Faut. He published it on Lars' blog. And he explained several ways how to handle these Java XML and JAX-B issues. There were 3 or 4 ways. We tried all of them, and in all cases we failed. It's not a fault of Dirk. He made an excellent publish, or he made an excellent blog entry there. But the thing is complex. And furthermore, before we had a look at the blog entry, I was searching around. So what could be a good replacement for JAX-B? And there was no easy answer. So I had a look, and Moxie. What is Moxie? Is JAX-B replacement? I don't know. I had a look at the page, tried out, but yeah, it turned out to be not the solution. Jakarta, maybe Glassfish. Jakarta, Glassfish, don't know. It was a void in front of me. And this situation reminds me again to the E4 migration. So welcome to the Groundhog Day. That was a situation in the migration path where I said, oh, what happens here? So we have to solve it. And we worked hard on these things, and we worked hard on the issue to get rid of the problems. And as I said, we tried a lot of different ways. We tried to get the Jakarta XML bindings into the platform, and then try to fetch something them via Maven and get them in. And sometimes, I will not list all the error pages and all the errors we have received while doing it, but the errors and the problems were manifold. So we managed to include Jakarta, have a look, dependency, Maven, and all the stuff which we have, which I have mentioned before. That was well. But in the development environment, everything was fine. So we had no compiler errors, but on runtime, then we got the messages, yeah, JXB can't be found. So dependency stuff, quite complex, and we tried a lot of things. We now have a solution. It's probably not the best solution, and if you can recommend at the end another solution for me, which is probably better, I have an open ear for that. But we have now a solution which works, and it works fine. Principally, what you have to do is, and that from a refactoring perspective is quite easy. Go through your bundles, have a look. Everywhere where you have Java XML before, it's now Jakarta XML. So Java XML bind JXB context is now Jakarta XML bind JXB context, and so on. The same with the exceptions, unmeasurable, and you see it here in the line. That was quite easy to change, but the runtimes exceptions that the JXB can't be found, we didn't get rid of it, and we found a solution. And as I said, it's probably not the cleanest one, but it's one which works, that we have created an own bundle internally in ChemClipse called ChemClipse.JXB, where we include the libraries Jakarta Activation Jar, Bind APJ Jar, JXB Core implementation, and so on, and expose these bundles to the application. And that was a turning point. With this solution, it works. So, and I'm happy with it. And that is a path which was not described, but yeah, we figured out how to do it. Every Java developer knows how to include libraries into a bundle, but it's not a perfect way. In my world, it would be perfect if we can fetch the dependencies in the product definition. So that would be ideal, but that works. Then we come to the next thing. So after a while, we said, now we're running on Java 11. That's fine. I was happy, but my colleague said, okay, now we're on Java 11, let's move forward to Java 17, and let's migrate to the latest Eclipse IDE. And as we did it quite well, now, it took a while until we figured out, but as we did it quite well, we now said, okay, come on, let's move on to Java 17, latest Eclipse IDE. Startup times are excellent with the latest IDE. A lot of improvements have been added, so it's worth to get to the newest version of Eclipse and appreciate what a lot of people have achieved with this new IDE. But then we started the application and it crashed again. So, and I will not show the picture from before. I think you remember it, how it looks like. But all these situations create a kind of uncozy feeling in me. And I say, oh, come on, will this migration hell never end? But for this problem, again, we have received some error messages. Something like, sometimes quite cryptic, you know. So, and there was a small hint that it said can't access this bundle or that bundle. Solution for that is quite simple. In your virtual machine arguments of the RCP product, just add the line add opens, Java base, Java lang, all unnamed. Add modules, all. Also, we don't care of Jigsaw. Jigsaw is cool for the JDK people, probably to design smaller packages for small devices, but for us as RCP developers, get in everything what you have. And then security manager allow. There is some, okay, Java SE16 migrate JDK 8 or later. Maybe you can also type in Java SE17. There are some hints what these options mean. And with that, everything was fine again. I am a happy guy because now we are on the latest Java version or official long-term release Java version on the latest Eclipse version. And that is how it looks like. So that's my application. Also, For those people who don't know what it is, it's a chromogram. You see a mass spectrum. All these parts are SWTChart. It's also developed by us at the Eclipse Foundation. So whenever you have some demands to plot data series, bar charts, whatever you want to do it in SWT, you can use SWTChart. We are doing it since over 10 years now. It works fine. But now I will show you the bonbons, the extra on top. By migrating to the latest version, we also have a dark modus. Yeah. Applause. And most customers don't want to have a dark modus. They say, no, I want to have a clean modus. But I like the dark modus. It looks neat, it looks good, and it's great. And now we can do it. That was a really good thing after all these troubles, after all these struggles, to say now we have a lot of more options to go ahead. And that's a minor thing, but those things make developers happy. And we have to take care of our people and have to take care of our developers, because work should be also fun. We are at the end of the presentation. It was a general overview how to do it. Half an hour, you can't go in deep into details, but whenever you have a question and whenever you want to see a running example, we are the maintainers of ChemClipse, GitHub/Eclipse/ChemClipse. There you can have a look at the source code, you have a look at the running example, you see how it is done and how we manage this problem. Further on, I would be happy to get feedback from you, to learn from your experiences afterwards, how you tackled these problems, and I'm sure you had the same problems as we had. And it would be great, to talk about the things. At the end, thanks for listening and thanks for watching my talk. And at the final slide, please evaluate the sessions, go into your swap card and enjoy the conference. Have a nice day.